Strategy 1 is change the social contract. Now, how do you do that? You begin by first defining your organization's shared values. Now, frankly, too often, value statements, and I've seen a lot of them, and mission statements and vision statements and all of those things, are nothing but pretty words. They're vague, they're posted on a wall somewhere, and they're either ignored by employees, or worse, they become a joke. Corporate value statements really have power only if they actually define the social contract by helping us understand how it is we're supposed to treat each other, and what we should expect from each other. So, after you define your shared values, you need to write out a set of simple guidelines that precisely describe what the behavior is exactly that you expect from your coworkers. For example, if telling the truth were one of your values, and I hope it is, you might consider these guidelines. Number 1, share the truth within 24 hours, especially if it's bad news. 2, approach others with whom you need to share this truth in a non-threatening way. 3, before you share your truth, ask, hey, is this a good time to talk? And if it's not, schedule another time. 4th, keep your language simple, understandable, non-apologetic, and non-personal. And finally, make a request of that person rather than a complaint or demand. Now, when you present those kinds of guidelines to a group of colleagues and employees, most of the time people will say, yeah, I'll sign on to that, provided you will. I'll take that deal every time. That's precisely what a social contract is. So having defined your guidelines for your shared values, you give every person in the organization, regardless of their rank or their status, the right and the responsibility to challenge toxic behavior. In other words, stop tolerating any kind of bullying, even if it's a little bit, and learn helplessness. It doesn't just happen in schools, friends. Of course, to pull this off, you have to make it safe for people to do that. And finally, if you want to change the social contract, leadership must model responsibility taking. Now, it should come as no surprise to people here in this room that the majority of frontline workers see a wide gap between what executives and managers say they're all about and what they actually do. Many workers find their leaders' behaviors disappointing at best, and at worst, hypocritical. So as hard as it may be for you to hear, if you want your people to become more responsible and accountable, start with yourself. Be more responsible and accountable, and own your own behavior.